Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl LB. Welcome to my channel Watch With Me LB, where I give you fun, fresh, and funny rants, reviews, and recaps on my favorite movies and TV shows. And we're here to talk about episode 4 of Truman Capote and the Swans. Right out of the gate, I'm mad. I'm very upset because I was rooting for Slim when the whole time she was Slim Shady, baby. I cannot believe that Diane Lane would do that. I know. I'm just saying she was my favorite. Ugh. Let's talk about episode 4, y'all, because how are we topping the mess every episode? I love that for us, y'all. So the episode opens up with a bop, okay? I have never heard a Perry Como song other than, I think, Christmas time, maybe. They pop Perry on out. And the song is called It's Impossible. And so we hear the song It's Impossible while we watch Babe get her hair done. She's getting it coiffed, sprayed, teased, and feathered. She is very meticulous in the way that she does things. She doesn't just, you know, like me, take your clothes off and throw them someplace. I'm gonna put them on a hanger in a minute. I'm not gonna do it right now because I got other stuff to do. But she was very deliberate in the way that she dressed, and everything that she did. She was meticulous in it. And I said, okay, babe, go ahead, girl. So then we also see that Babe is going to get some imaging done. I'm assuming it was like an x-ray, like a scan of her lungs. And unfortunately, Babe has not gotten good news from her doctor. They don't say in the episode that she is terminal, that she has such and such amount of time to live, but you know, when they put a clock on you, that's never a good thing. Her husband has talked to the doctor about some treatment that's in Paris. Babe was like, well, it ain't up to him. Okay, I'm the one with the cancer. It's my cancer, okay? And I'm gonna do what I want to do with it. And the phone rings while they're having this conversation about, you know, timelines and treatment plans and such. And Babe says, well, go ahead and get the phone. Stay right here, doc, okay? They can wait. They can wait. It's probably just somebody asking if you want a coffee or a bagel from downstairs. Like, it's not important. We get a scene with CZ and Slim, and they are, of course, at La Cool Bass having lunch as they usually do. And CZ tells Slim that she had lunch with Truman, all right, and that he wants to do a second round of his masquerade ball. He wants to do it again, okay? Because, you know, he wants to just bring back the Swans and bring everybody together and show everybody that it wasn't as big of a deal as the papers made it out to be. Truman and CZ are having this conversation, but that's like a quick flashback that we get. But in present time, CZ and Slim are having lunch, and CZ tells this news to Slim, and Slim is pissed about it. CZ makes like a statement about, you know, Slim being the one that's kind of holding on to things and really like harping on things, and everybody else is kind of like, well, yeah, that was fucked up, but you know, we moving on. You know, at the time I'm on some Slim energy, but you know, I'm not team Slim no more, and it really makes me sad. Babe joins them at lunch, and she is just in a really great mood, right? She's been given the news that she is terminal, and she's like, all of this shit is stupid. None of this is worth it. I'm in a great place right now, so if he invites me, I might just go. And Slim is like, girl, I know that you are not gonna forgive Truman and make a public spectacle of you going to the ball and blah, blah, blah. And Slim is really turned up about something that may or may not happen. Like, she's really turned up about it. Like, he sent the invitations out already. He just mentioned to CZ that he was thinking about throwing the ball. Now, once again, I just want to say, I want the record to reflect, I do not like Truman Capote. I just don't. If I'm going off of what I'm seeing in the show, which is my second introduction to Truman Capote, because Philip Seymour Hoffman made God rest his soul, okay, did a great job of performing as Truman before, and I've seen that. But this is my first like real deal introduction into him and the Swans and the thing that he did and the da-da-da-da. So that's what I'm going off of, okay? So I'm not a Truman stan, but Slim was like turned up about it, like it was actually happening. And Babe is like, you gotta relax. Like, you've controlled the whole narrative. You control everybody's responses to Truman. You haven't allowed us to respond to what he did to us as individuals because you've put the plan in place. You've told us what we're gonna do, what we shouldn't do, how to do it, when to do it, X, Y, and Z. And Babe is like, I'm off that. Like, I'm about to die, baby. I don't have time for that. Now, she didn't tell her friends that she has been given a terminal diagnosis. It's time to move forward, okay? Now we jump to a scene at Truman's apartment, and he and his abusive, terrible, horrible partner, lover, captor, I don't know what that man is, John O'Shea, is there. And John is watching football. And Truman is in the kitchen. And he's just kind of walking around and doing his thing and talking about potential guests that he wants to invite to this fictional ball that he may or may not throw. And he's tossing names out. And, you know, John is giving him feedback. And Truman seems to be in a good mood. He doesn't seem to be talking loud. He doesn't seem to be drunk. He just seems to be chilling. But, you know, John is a miserable person. So he looks miserable. So he's doing a great job at playing that part. Truman is throwing out names of potential folks that he wants to invite to this fictional party. John says, well, we should invite Sarah Cooderman or somebody, right? A woman. He was like, we should invite her. And then Truman is like, yeah, so who is that? And now when they're having this conversation, Truman is kind of sitting on the arm of the sofa that John is sitting on. And he is rubbing John's neck and like rubbing his hair, like being affectionate with John. You know, John wants to invite this lady. And Truman is like, well, who is that? Is that somebody you're dating? And he's like, no, I'm not dating her. And Truman was like, are you fucking her? And he was like, well, you know, I don't know. So, you know, they get into an argument about the fact that everybody at this party that Truman is throwing for his own self are his kind of people. Makes sense, because that's his party. But John is like, well, just give me one person. Like, I just want one normal person. Truman is basically like, I'm not about to invite nobody that you were sleeping with because you told me that we were, you know, gonna be faithful to each other. You swore fidelity to me, and that meant something to me, and I really believed you, and you really, True. Right here. Take a break. Take a little beat. It's like he got indigestion or something, and that's how it sounds when it come out. I can't. I'm Tom Hollander, the actor who's playing Truman. Okay, sir, because I've been watching Truman Capote tapes. Yeah. Now, Truman Capote did have a noticeable lisp that Tom Hollander doesn't use in the show, which I think is a good thing, because then it could make it like, it's like Tom Hollander's interpretation of Truman Capote and not like an impersonation of Truman Capote. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Truman has now gotten off the edge of the sofa and he's sitting on like a chair that was right next to the sofa. And John has he's not like sitting back anymore. He's sitting up, right? So we could tell like not only is the energy shifting, like positions are shifting. Okay. And I knew what was about to happen before it happened because he was getting ready. John was getting ready. John says, well, if you're going to invite Jack so he could give me the stink eye all night, you can cut him. If you want me to cut my little spooky, you gonna cut your little spooky. And then Truman was like, well, he makes sure that I'm alive. And wouldn't you want to do? I'm doing this behind the scenes because I don't know what this was about, what the fingertips was about. I don't know. He makes sure that I'm alive. And wouldn't you? Pow! Like John, it was so quick. I haven't seen a quick pop in a mouth like that I just wasn't, like the lightning speed of it since Michael Corleone jumped across the table and popped Kay in the mouth when Kay told him that she had an abortion because she didn't want to bring a child in the world with him because he was evil. Like, it was that level of quickness. I was like, God damn. He was storing that up. It was like he was charging, like, you know, holding on to it. It was like, zzz, pop. This dude is nuts. He got to go. He has got to leave. That's the kind of person that'll kill somebody. For real. Like, he can't control himself. He kept, like, headbutting Truman. Like, you gonna. It was very, like, weird. It was like they was playing, like, rugby or something. It was like he wanted Truman to see how masculine he was. Like, headbutting Truman. And Truman don't give a shit about your masculinity. I don't know that man. I don't even like that man. But I can guarantee he don't give a shit about you being, you know, like, I don't think that, you know what I mean? It was just it was a horrible scene. Not only like do I want to be like an anger translator when somebody who is passive gets into like a verbal argument with somebody, I want them to tell me what they want to say and then I say it in a way that's going to get the point across. That, and I want to also be an intimacy coach so I can tell people what to do with their yams and stuff when they having a sex scene in a movie. That's my dream job. Y'all, now we get a scene. And it just really was unfair to me personally because the scene started with Slim in the bed, right? She got a little negligee on, honey. She got a garter on. That's throwback. I've not seen anybody wear a garter in a movie or a TV show that wasn't in a wedding dress, that took the garter off to throw it. So she was in the bed and she was giving like afterglow. Like she had just got her back blown out. And I was like, yes, Slim. You better do it, girl. And she was like, I feel great. Okay, I just really want to be left the hell alone. I am in a great point in my life. I'm having good sex. I want to be by myself. I want to be bothered only when I want to be bothered. And when I don't, get the hell on, okay? And I was like, hell yeah, Slim. Me too. We on the same time. And she was like, yeah, so, you know, I'm suing Truman Capote for libel. And now we can see the man that done blew her back out, that gave her the afterglow. Okay, we can see him in the window, but we don't see who it is. And you know everybody back in the day wear suits. It was like they either wear pajamas or suits. It ain't no in between. Or tuxedo, okay? So we don't know who that is. So when she says she's gonna sue Truman Capote for libel, the man turned around and his fucking babe husband. Girl! I was pissed. Do you understand me? Cause girl, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You're low down to the ground trifling. And I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. You trifling scallywag. You're dying on death's doorstep, buddy. You fucking her husband? There's a special place in fictional hell for that bitch, okay? She's gonna sit right next to the furnace. Let me get on Bill ass. Because you bitch. Because didn't you, first of all, you can't give your yam a rest? Can your yam take a sabbatical? Can the yam file paperwork to just get a little time off? That's FMLA. I know that they had it at the time, but I'm just saying, was there not anything in place that he could do for his yam? Because maybe the yam is just, you know, like it's like an internal connection. Like it go from the tip of the yam to the top of the brain and they just connect it like that. Because girl, what? If I'm babe, honey, and I go on home to glory, do you know the level of haunting that I would do to Bill Paley? The Lord would have to be like, let's take it easy, okay? I give y'all leeway to go down and, you know, be rascals and stuff because, you know, it's fine. But you're taking it a little too far. You're taking it a little too far. I'm going to have to revoke your ghost pass. I'm going to revoke your pass downstairs because you can't go back down anymore because every time you go down there, you cut up. That's me if I'm babe. That man wasn't going to know another night's peace. Every time he took that yam out of them boxers or tighty whiteys, honey, you know when you like put your hand on somebody's shoulder and you mistakenly shock them or like somebody shocks you? Every time that oxygen hit that yam, it was going to get a shock right to the tip. Just right every time. Urination station, in the shower, out the shower, drying off, changing his clothes. If he was going to have sex with somebody, the yam, it was going to be the whole vas deferens connection. Like the whole thing. It was just going to zoop like all the way down the whole biographical area of the yam, including the situations. Because how dare you, you bastard. Okay, I'm back. I had to take a little quick 10-minute break. I'm back now. Okay. Next scene we get, Truman is at dinner by himself and he is tipsy. So he goes to the bathroom, comes out and runs into Slim. And he and Slim have like this shady ass interaction. And Slim like gives him her hand and he like takes it and he's like, it was a thin skin. It was good. Like, I don't know what he was saying, child, but he was basically saying like, oh, your skin is so thin, girl. I don't even know how this skin is hanging on to your body. And then Slim was like, yeah, well, if my skin is thin, your shit is transparent. I miss you, Slim. To be honest, I miss Babe more. I was like, oh, okay. That's not gonna win her over no time soon, I don't think. So Slim was like, well, I'm suing your ass for defamation. And if you send Babe invitation to your ball, I'm gonna make it way worse for you. Get real. You must be so bored without me. You know that you were living them down. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. At the restaurant, Jack pulls up. Jack is like, listen, I'm not here to get into no shit with you. The neurologist that, you know, you did a CAT scan, the neurologist called back, your brain is shrinking, sir. It's too much Stolichnaya. The Russians don't drink that much. You got to relax, okay? No disrespect to my Russian cousins. I just know y'all don't play about y'all vodka. Jack is like, listen, you have to do something. You're gonna die. You're gonna go to this thing. You're gonna go to this rehab. If you don't, it's over. I'm cutting you off. You need to cut John O'Shea off. You have to do it. You're dying. I need you to do this. He says, okay, I'll go. Lee and Slim are at La Côte Basque and they're having food. Lord, these women, They be eating. And Lee is like, listen, I'ma just be straight up with you. You gotta let the Truman thing go. You don't need to avenge everybody. We're full grown adults. I'm damn near in menopause. You got to let it rest. Slim is like, I'm just so angry. I can't believe what he did to Babe. To Babe. It's like she's just outdone that Truman could do something like that to Babe. Like, and then Lee is like, well, at least Truman isn't fucking Babe's husband. I'm on some fuck Slim kind of time. Like, I don't have time for her, because to Babe. Girl, you better babe and get out my face, okay? Slim gonna say, oh my God, Lee, I'm just so tired of being strong. So it's about you now? That's where this train is going? Because shut up. Shut up, Slim, okay? I was conflicted about the next scene. Bill Paley at the house in this room is completely covered with fabric. It was just so much fabric in there. You could just, I'm telling you. Anyway, I guess it was like a sitting room right outside of their bedroom. Babe comes out, she's in her jams, and she's like, oh, you put the $1 million painting in here instead of in the landing strip. I don't know. It just was some rich directions, child. I don't know. She's like, yeah, it looks nice in here. And so Bill moves the coffee table out the way and puts Babe's favorite song on, Impossible by Perry Como. It's a bop, okay? It's a bop. You know, they're dancing cheek to cheek, okay? And it's very nice. I love to see people dance, like couples dance. I love that because they don't do that. Like, people don't dance anymore. You dance like at your wedding and maybe like at an anniversary party or something. You know, like, people don't dance. You know, people shake their ass, okay? People will bop around and jump up and down, but they don't cheek to cheek, right? And I love to see that. So I was like, oh, but I'm still mad though, because you're a POS. Anyway, Babe is like, well, you know, this is good practice because you're going to take me to Truman's ball. And Bill is like, we can't go over there. Babe said we can and we will. I'm too tired to be holding grudges. I'm trying to dance. If somebody invites me somewhere to go dance, I'm going to dance. Another thing, since forgiveness is on the noggin, I don't want you to be alone after I go. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, do you think that your death was going to stop him? Because your presence wasn't stopping him. So, you know, I feel like that wasn't even a conversation. He was going to have him somebody. He was going to probably get with somebody at the repast. If I'm being honest, you haven't been seeing the pathology of your trash ass husband. Go ahead, babe. You do you, baby. No, I don't want you to be alone when I die. And Slim is good. She's strong and she's smart and he's like, that man, listen. And I know, and one of the cousins told me that Treat Williams passed away. I didn't know that. I didn't know Treat had passed away. So God rest him. But babe, I'm telling you, before I read that, your face is giving punchable right now. Because, oh, how did she find out that I'm sleeping with her best friend? Oh, how did she find out about all the other times? I don't like terrible people, man. I really am finding it difficult to believe that you just can't be a decent person. Like, can you put a little effort into it? I'm not asking people to be perfect because then the world will be boring. I'm not asking people to just be like a goody two shoes. Nah, okay? I'm just asking for you to make choices that aren't fucked up. That's it. That's all. Bill says, you know, does you forgive me too? And she doesn't answer. She just kisses him. You know, I just finished talking about how, you know, you should be a good person. I'm not saying nothing about the afterlife, baby. Because in the afterlife, y'all gonna have some of y'all hands with me. I'm just telling you. I'm not gonna miss a beat. I'm shocking his ass every chance I get. Remember in the Santa Claus, how when Scott Calvin went to sleep, he was normal, and then he woke up and he had a big Santa belly and a beard and stuff like that? I would do shit like that all the time. If it was in my power, people would wake up the wrong color. The wrong color. Can't speak the language that you've spoken all your life. Don't piss me off, is all I'm trying to say. Do you forgive me? Hell no, she don't. I'm speaking on behalf of Babe. That lady don't know me and she was dead before I was born. That's not the point, though. Do you forgive me? No, she does not. Truman is back home from rehab. He has dried out and he is wanting to get back to work again. Jack is there with him. He's gonna, you know, help him out and make sure he got what he need and do all the things. Truman is at the house. Jack comes back and he's like, yeah, I got all the food. I got you some roast chicken and some this, that, and the third and blah, blah. And he's walking around the house and Truman, who can't stop bumping his gums, is not responding. And I knew as soon as Truman wasn't talking, I was like, he is predisposed with a yam. I already knew it. That's the only time I feel like that man don't say nothing. If he was there talking about chicken and food and invitation samples and all that stuff, Truman was gonna, I already know. So I already knew when Jack walked into the bedroom that Truman was in there with John O'Shea. They had just had a rump in the hay. Oh, bars. Bars. I can't help it to be a rapper. It's just something that I just can't help. I'm this guy given. Okay, I didn't choose this life. Jack is like, you bastard, and just walks out. And Truman is like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. And so he goes back and get in the bed with John O'Shea because I'm sure they drunk. They deserve each other. So go ahead. Bill goes over there by Slim's house, and Slim is freaking out because did she know? Was she livid? What did she say? I can't bear to see her. Girl, oh, you should have thought about that when you put your vagina on that lady husband yam. You supposed to know about girl power. You supposed to know about girl code. Trifling self. Truman is at the house drunk, and he gets a ring at the doorbell. And of course it's Chinese food because Truman be hungry, baby. And behind the Chinese delivery person is this girl. And I'm like, well, why is the girl standing so close to this delivery man? Is she like on some sort of apprenticeship? Who the hell is this lady? So it turns out it's John O'Shea's daughter. She don't have no beef. Like, I thought she was about to come wreck Truman's shop. I'm like, Lord, Truman, everybody just be beating you up, baby. You got to take you some self-defense class. Truman was like, I know that you think that I took your daddy away, that he left y'all for me. That's not the case. And his daughter was like, you can keep him. We don't want him. He's a piece of shit. It was very stressful living with this man in the house. Monday at 7 o'clock p.m., he was the nicest dad in the world, cracking jokes. Monday night at 8:30, this boy was a nutcase, okay? You can keep him. He don't send us money. We had to, I need a job, and you are a great writer. I want to be a writer. I want to shadow you. I want to work with you. I want you to teach me how to write and da-da-da. And Truman was eating that up, baby. He was like, well, you are a beautiful girl. You should just be a model. I can call the House of Darien and give you and you'd be modeling by new. So he gives her a notebook and he's like, write down everything, what you're thinking, what people are saying, where they're going. Be observant. Write it down in this notebook. That is the first step to being a great writer. So now it seems like Truman and this little girl are going to have a click-tight relationship. And it's like, that is a story for the ages, baby. Because, hey, this is Truman Capote. Him and my dad used to have sex when he was married to my mom. But now I don't talk to my dad and I just be talking to him because he's going to help me be a writer. That's Truman. Okay. Wrapping up the episode, we see that Truman and Babe are both in therapy, which is very, very new for the 60s and the 70s, child. It's people in 2024 that just still think that you crazy if you go to therapy. Let me, as a social worker, highly recommend that everyone watching this video go get you some therapy, baby. Let Truman tell you. I recommend that everyone walking on planet Earth get therapy, baby. It's so beneficial. It just gets the gunk out. It helps you to relieve some stresses that you never knew you had. Listen to me and listen to Truman, okay? Listen to me first, but listen to Truman too, because, a broke clock be right twice a day. Babe is talking about her coming to grips with the fact that she's dying, right? And she has so many things that she wants to do now that she is dying, right? Things that are important to her. She wants to be happy. She got things that she wants to connect with. Truman is talking about Carrie. I think the little girl's name is John's daughter. And he just, really is relishing in the fact that he has this relationship with her, and he's like, it's got modeling jobs. So he's like really feeling there, like he feels really excited about this relationship with John O'Shea's daughter. So I don't know if that was actually the case in real life. I'm gonna have to go do my Googles, but I do hope that they keep pulling from that relationship, because I would like to see how Truman is as a, like a, not a father figure, but like a, not even a role model, like somebody, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I would like to see what that relationship looks like and what he's gonna do with that relationship, because Truman is gonna self-destruct, okay? He gonna tear it up. He gonna do something terrible. People who do things that purposefully harm themselves, they got trauma on the inside, right? So that's what that is. So hopefully he don't put his trauma on this poor child. And so when they're walking down the street, Truman and his new adopted daughter child, they see Babe looking in the window and they have a conversation about, you know, just little knickknacks and paddywhacks about the little girl, about whatever, and they give each other a hug and then they part ways. So I know that in real life, after Capote Bass came out, Babe never spoke to Truman again. And that, my friends, is where the episode ends. I would like to say for the record one more time, I'm very frustrated and angry at Slim because that is the ultimate betrayal. Let me think of what I would do to her as a ghost if I was Babe. Maybe always, you know, when you rub your hair like a balloon on your hair, at least for people that don't have like textured hair, if your hair will just stand up straight, that will fuck her up if her hair never laid down. I know for a fact. Also, she would always button her buttons one button off. She would always feel like she got to poop, but then she don't have to poop. And then when she underestimates, like, oh, I always feel like I got to poop, and she doesn't go to the bathroom to try to poop, she poops on herself. Yeah. I don't know how I would do that as a ghost, but I would probably try to figure that out. I feel like that's good for her because she would just be in the house like Miss Havisham from Great Expectations all the time. She would never leave the house again, which would be great for me as a ghost. Comment down below and tell me what you would do to Babe's husband and her trash ass best friend Slim if you were a ghost, and how would you haunt them? I would really like to talk about that with y'all. Comment down below and let me know what you thought of this episode. I can't wait to chat it up with y'all. We are having fun, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all. Bye.